Okay, hi guys. Welcome back to our science class. So today we are going to discuss about chapter 2.2, nutrient requirements in plants. Okay, as human and animal, plants also need a nutrient for their growth, for their development, and for reproduction. But the nutrient requirement for plants is totally different from human and animal, even though some of nutrients are the same type. Okay, have you ever seen a plant eat cheese? No. Have you ever seen a plant eat rice? No. Or have you ever seen a plant take protein? No. But the way the plant get their protein, the way plants get their carbohydrate, and the way plants get their energy is different from human and animal. Okay, so the nutrient requirement in plant can be divided into two groups, namely macronutrients and micronutrients. So what I'm going to tell you here is macronutrients. You see here word macro. Okay, macronutrients means large, and micronutrients means small. So when we talk about macronutrients, mean the nutrient that needed or required in a large amount, while micronutrients is a nutrient that required in a small amount. Okay. Actually, there are 9 elements or minerals in macronutrients and 5 micronutrients. Okay, we can see here the example of macronutrients are nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, calcium, magnesium, and sulfur, while the micronutrients are boron, molybdenum, zinc, manganese, right? And copper and iron. Okay. So among these example of macronutrients and micronutrients, students are required to remember 3 of them for each nutrients. For example, for macronutrient, I suggest you to remember about nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. And for micronutrients, I suggest you to remember zinc, copper, and iron. These are the 3 essential or 3 important macro and micronutrients that should be remembered by students. Okay, now we take a look what macronutrients are. So macronutrients basically are minerals or elements required by plants in large quantities. In Malay means satu mineral ataupun elemen yang diperlukan oleh tumbuh-tumbuhan dalam kuantiti yang banyak. Which is mean if the micronutrients are lack in number, it might be harmful or give a bad effect to the plant itself. Jika salah satu daripada makronutrien ini diambil dalam jumlah yang tidak mencukupi, ia mungkin menyebabkan kesan yang buruk, kesan sampingan yang buruk kepada tumbuhan itu. So, these are the table of functions for each macronutrients. For example, nitrogens. Okay, I will highlight what is important. Okay, macronutrients, for example, nitrogen. The main function of nitrogen is to synthesize protein and for leaf growth of leaf and as well as produce more fruits and seeds. Now guys, take a look here. Synthesis protein means nitrogen is required for plant to produce or to make. Synthesis mean produce, untuk menghasilkan or to make its own protein. For example, human, we get protein from animal, and animal get protein from plant, and the plant get their protein by photosynthesis via nitrogen. What does it mean? Okay, for example, let's say, okay, this is a plant. Let's say this is a plant. Then come an animal, for example, a cow. A cow eat the green plant. So the protein from the plant is now transferred to the cow and become animal protein. Then we as a human eat the cow. The protein of the cow transfer to us and it becomes human protein. And this is how we get our protein. So it is quite different from human. Plant get their own protein, make their own protein using nitrogen, which is mean they absorb nitrogen directly from the atmosphere, or maybe they use a bacteria, sort of bacteria, to change the nitrogen into fertilizer and turn it into protein. Dalam bahasa yang kita mudah faham adalah tumbuh-tumbuhan itu menghasilkan protein dia sendiri melalui sama ada penyerapan terus, ambil terus, absorb terus nitrogen, ataupun menggunakan bantuan bakteria tertentu untuk tukarkan nitrogen menjadi baja. Okay. So, the importance of nitrogen is for protein synthesizing dalam penghasilan protein dan juga untuk promote growth of leaf, untuk pertumbuhan daun yang cantik. Okay, number 2, phosphorus. Phosphorus is the function is for energy storage and transfer in plant, untuk sebagai tenaga as an energy for plant. Promotes growth of roots and flowers, membantu dalam pertumbuhan akar dan juga bunga, and as well as synthesize protein and nucleic acid, untuk penghasilan protein dan nucleic acid. So the important actually the main function of phosphorus is for growth of root, flowers, as well as energy. So phosphorus acts as an energy as well as promote help in growth of roots and flowers. Itulah fungsi phosphorus sebagai tenaga dan juga untuk membantu pertumbuhan akar pokok dan juga pertumbuhan bunga pokok itu sendiri. Okay, number 3 is potassium, which is known as kalium. Potassium juga kita panggil sebagai kalium. The symbol K is kalium. So what is the function of potassium? Increases photosynthesis capacity, strengthens cell tissue, and activates the absorption of nitrates. So dalam bahasa yang kita mudah faham is potassium help to increase the ratios of photosynthesis, meningkatkan kadar kapasiti berlakunya fotosintesis. At the same time strengthens, memperkuatkan lagi cell tissue. At the same time activates, mengaktifkan absorption of nitrate, penyerapan nitrate. Why is it important for plant to absorb nitrates? Because inside the nitrate itself consists nitrogen. Kerana dalam nitrate itu terkandung dalamnya adalah elemen ataupun unsur nitrogen. And we know nitrogen is important to produce to make protein. Okay, and then potassium is also important in stimulating flowering and synthesizing of carbohydrates and enzyme. Okay, nampak di sini, stimulate synthesizing of carbohydrate. Seperti yang saya bagi tahu sebentar tadi, we as a human get our carbohydrate through the food. Melalui makanan yang kita makan, for example, bread, noodles. This example of food consists carbohydrate, but for plant, they get their carbohydrate by absorbing potassium, dengan menyerap potassium. Alright. And then strengthens resistance to infectious diseases. This is one of the function of potassium, iaitu resistant to infectious diseases, mengelakkan jangkitan ataupun serangan penyakit. For those plant which is consists a lot of potassium, it means that the plant is able to cope with infectious disease, boleh menghadapi ataupun boleh mengelakkan penyakit daripada serangan penyakit untuk tumbuh-tumbuhan itu sendiri. Okay, for calcium, alright, for calcium, the function of calcium is stabilizing the cell wall, okay, stabilizing the cell wall and favoring cell wall formation. Fungsi kalsium adalah untuk menstabilkan dinding sel dan juga favoring cell wall formation, dan membantu dalam penyusunan ataupun pembentukan dinding sel dalam tumbuh-tumbuhan. Activates the formation of roots and their growth, mengaktifkan pertumbuhan akar dan juga pembentukan akar. Okay. How about magnesium? Okay, magnesium, the function of magnesium is constitutes the core of chlorophyll molecule, menggantikan molekul-molekul chlorophyll, promotes the absorption and transportation of phosphorus, membantu dalam penyerapan dan pengangkutan phosphorus, and also acts as enzyme activator, pengaktif enzyme. Sulfur, the functions are first, synthesis protein and chlorophyll, promote tissue formation, and as fundamental in metabolizing of nitrogen, the oxygen necessary for respiration to produce energy, and the last is carbon and hydrogen, which is important for photosynthesis to build sugar or starch, build cellulose. Okay. Among these micronutrients, you have to remember 3 of them, which is nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus. 3 ni kamu kena ingat untuk macronutrient, iaitu nitrogen, and then potassium dengan phosphorus. Because in SPM question, okay, these 3 types of micronutrients are always being asked, selalu ditanya. Okay, now we jump to micronutrients. Kita pergi kepada micronutrients, iaitu nutrien yang diperlukan dalam kuantiti yang sedikit. Okay, take a look here. Minerals or elements required by plants in small quantities, iaitu mineral ataupun unsur ataupun mineral yang diperlukan oleh tumbuh-tumbuhan dalam kuantiti yang sedikit. In small quantities. Okay, these are the tables of functions for micronutrients. So we are going to go one by one. Kita akan pergi satu persatu and I'm going to explain to you. Okay, the first is boron. The symbol is B. The function is to synthesis chlorophyll and cell wall and promote seed formation, membantu dalam pembentukan biji benih. The second one is iron, ferrum. Ini kita panggil sebagai zat besi. Okay, functions is help in synthesizing chlorophyll, membantu dalam penghasilan chlorophyll, promote growth of young tree parts, membantu dalam pertumbuhan bahagian-bahagian pokok yang baru, yang muda, and helps in cell respiration, membantu dalam respirasi sel tumbuh-tumbuhan. Okay, for your information, all living things respirate. Okay, setiap benda hidup dia bernafas, melakukan proses respiration. So, same goes to this plant. Plant juga melakukan proses respiration. So, plant sebenarnya melakukan dua processes. The first is photosynthesis to produce their own food. The second one melakukan proses respiration, pernafasan. We as a human and animal, kita melakukan satu proses iaitu respiration. We cannot make our own food. Kita tidak ada keupayaan menghasilkan makanan sendiri because we have no chlorophyll. Kita tidak ada chlorophyll. Okay. The number 3 is copper or cuprum. Okay, setengah orang suka panggil cuprum, tapi dalam sains kita panggil copper. Involved in photosynthesis, terlibat dalam fotosintesis, and catalyst, dan juga catalyst pemangkin for respiration. Catalyst ni sebagai penolong, helper. Dia sebagai co-helper. Kalau kita panggil sebagai co-pilot, pembantu dalam proses respirasi. Manganese, okay, the symbol is Mn. Involved in photosynthesis as well, just like copper, and catalyst for respiration. So copper and manganese share the same function. Copper dan manganese mereka berkongsi fungsi yang sama. Accelerates germination and maturity. Okay, mempercepatkan. Accelerate ni mempercepatkan. Okay. Bagi yang tidak mahir, so kita akan help you. Accelerate means mempercepatkan. Mempercepatkan. Germination, percambahan. And maturity, dan matang. Germination means from seed jadi pilmul. Germination ni daripada biji benih, dia tumbuh pucuk. Itu germination. Maturity ni maksud dia sudah matang, dia sudah keluarkan buah. Itu maturity. Okay, molybdenum, Mo, synthesis in protein, optimizes plant growth, mengoptimumkan pertumbuhan pokok. And the last is zinc, help in synthesis chlorophyll and protein, help formation of leaf, membantu dalam pembentukan daun. Okay, kalau kita perhatikan, if you take a look, okay, very carefully, okay, you will see that this micronutrient, most of them help just a co-helper or help in synthesis of chlorophyll and catalyst for respiration as well as for formation of leaf. Kalau kita perhatikanlah betul-betulnya, sebenarnya micronutrient ni tumbuh-tumbuhan kena ambil sedikit. So jika dia sedikit means kalau dia tak ambil atau tidak ada, dia tidak akan mengganggu the development of the plant. It is different from the macronutrient. Macronutrient dia kena ambil banyak. So kalau dia tak ambil macronutrient itu, plant itu akan mengalami simptom-simptom, kesan-kesan yang tidak bagus. Right? Okay. Okay, now kita akan pergi kepada slide seterusnya, iaitu effects of nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium deficiency on plant growth. Kesan-kesan nitrogen, kesan-kesan kekurangan nitrogen, lack of nitrogen, the effect of lacking phosphorus, kesan kekurangan phosphorus, and the effect of lacking potassium, kesan-kesan kekurangan potassium on plant growth. Okay, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium merupakan macronutrient. Ingat ketiga-tiga ini tadi merupakan macronutrient. So that is why you are required, I am advising, you are advised to remember these three macronutrients, which is nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. Tiga-tiga ni kamu mesti, this is compulsory for you to remember. Ini kamu kena ingat betul-betul. Alright. Symptom of nitrogen deficiency. Okay, kesan-kesan kekurangan nitrogen. The first is stunted growth. Okay, stunted growth mean terbantut. Pertumbuhan terbantut. Okay, terbantut means dia tidak sempurna dia punya development, tinggi dia tak cantik. Sepatutnya pokok itu tinggi 1 meter. Since lack of nitrogen mean dia tak sampai 1 meter tinggi dia. Itu maksud dia begitu, stunted growth. Pertumbuhan dia tidak cantik, terbantut. Weak stem, batang yang lemah. Okay, means easy to brittle, senang pecah, senang patah. This is the important part yang kena ingat, iaitu leaf at top are smaller and fall easily. Daun di bahagian atas dia lebih kecil, smaller in size compared to the bottom one, and it is easily to fall. Senang untuk jatuh, senang kita cabut, dia tak kuat. Why? Leaf at bottom are pale green. Daun di bahagian bawah pale green, warna hijau pucat, or yellow ataupun warna kuning, yellowish color, warna kuning. This is the symptom what we call chlorosis. Inilah satu simptom yang kita panggil sebagai chlorosis, iaitu singkatan kepada chlorophyll content reduce, iaitu kadar kandungan klorofil itu berkurangan. And for your information, chlorophyll can be classified, can be divided into 3 colors. We have 3 colors of chlorophyll: green, yellow and red. And most of green plant they produce green chlorophyll. Kebanyakan tumbuh-tumbuhan ini menunjukkan ciri-ciri chlorophyll warna hijau. But if the chlorophyll content is reduced, maybe the yellow color or red color will show up. Mungkin warna merah ataupun warna kuning akan menunjukkan ciri-ciri dia. Okay, and then the simplest way to determine, okay, cara yang paling mudah untuk kita melihat deficiency of macronutrients in a particular plant, we have to monitor the color of the leaf. Kita perlu melihat warna daun itu sendiri. Because for every color which is on the leaf, it shows the deficiency for particular macronutrients. Setiap warna yang terhasil pada daun tumbuh-tumbuhan itu menunjukkan kekurangan bagi macronutrients yang tertentu. So for nitrogen, if the bottom leaf yellowish or chlorosis, it shows that the plant lack of nitrogen. Okay, this is the picture example of plants that reduce less in nitrogen. Okay, you can see here. Alright, nampak di sini yellow color. Okay, chlorosis. This is what we call chlorosis. Okay, the bottom leaf turns to yellow. It should be green actually. Dia sepatutnya warna hijau. But somehow this leaf turns to yellow. Daun ini bertukar menjadi warna kuning. It shows that the plant itself is less or lack of nitrogen. Dia kekurangan nitrogen. Okay, this another example you can see here. Alright, chlorosis, yellowish color. Nampak warna dia warna yang kuning. chlorosis. This is also chlorosis. Okay, when the leaf turns to yellow. And sometimes you can see here, ada satu lagi sampel di sini kalau kita lihat. Here. Alright. This is pale green. Warna hijau pucat or pale green. It shows that memang ini pokok is nitrogen deficiency. Memang kekurangan nitrogen. Okay. Number 2. Okay, kita lihat di sini. See here. Boleh lihat di sini juga kalau kita perhatikan. Okay, chlorosis. This one is not chlorosis. This one is pale green. You see here, pale green. Nampak warna hijau pucat, pale green. It shows that this is lack of nitrogen. Pokok ini kekurangan nitrogen. As I said just now, the easiest way to determine the lack of particular micronutrients in particular plant is by monitoring the color of the leaf. Cara yang paling mudah untuk kita mengetahui simptom-simptom kekurangan micronutrient, whether the plant lack of nitrogen or phosphorus or potassium, is by monitoring, dengan melihat dia punya warna daun itu. Okay. Few flowers and fruits produce. Maknanya if the plants consist flowers or the plant produce fruits, only a few of fruits and flowers are produced. Hanya sedikit sahaja buah dan bunga akan dihasilkan. Okay, growth of fruits is normal. Tetapi walaupun daun dia mengalami gangguan, growth of fruits, pertumbuhan akar dia adalah normal. Okay, now we go to symptom of phosphorus. Kesan-kesan kekurangan phosphorus. Stunted growth, sama macam nitrogen. Slow rate to mature, lambat untuk matang, lambat untuk keluarkan buah. Weak stem, batang yang lemah. This is the important part. Right? Leaf at top are smaller and dark purplish. Leaf at top smaller and dark purplish. Daun di bahagian atas smaller in size, lebih kecil, dan juga warna purple gelap. While manakala leaf at bottom, okay, leaf at bottom bluish green, warna hijau-hijau kebiruan, curl, dia terlipat, and brown with brown leaf tip, dan di hujung daun itu akan ada warna brown. Okay, this is what you can see. Kalau lihat nombor 2 ini, for nitrogen, leaf at top are smaller and easily and fall easily, dia mudah jatuh. Tetapi kalau phosphorus, daun di bahagian atas dia kecil dan warna purple. Okey, untuk nitrogen, daun di bahagian bawah, kalau kita lihat nitrogen tadi, daun di bahagian bawah, okey, dia akan ada warna kuning. Okey, warna kuning, yellow or pale green. Itu menunjukkan simptom-simptom chlorosis. Tetapi for phosphorus, daun di bahagian bawah, dia ada bluish green, warna hijau-hijau macam nak biru sedikit, curl. This is curl. This is curl. Okay, curl, you see, nampak dia curl, dia terlipat. Curl. Alright, this is curl. Dia terlipat. And with brown leaf tip, dan di hujung daun dia ada warna coklat. Di hujung daun dia ada warna coklat. Okay, this is example of smaller and dark purplish. Nampak? Dark purplish. Daun dia bertukar menjadi warna purple, dark purplish. Symptom of phosphorus. And again, the simplest way is by monitoring the color of the leaf. Dengan melihat saja warna daun, kita boleh tahu what type of macronutrients does the plant lack of. Apa yang kurang pada tumbuhan tersebut. Okay, no flowers and fruits produced. Tidak ada bunga ataupun buah-buahan yang terbentuk pada pokok yang kurang phosphorus ini. Okay, and one important thing is you have to remember is growth of roots is deteriorates. Pertumbuhan akar bagi pokok yang kekurangan fosfor ni dia adalah deteriorate, dia tidak sekata, dia tak cantik. Kalau you lihat dia dikontrol, pokok yang normal cantik pertumbuhan dia kembang cantik, but for phosphorus deficiency, kekurangan phosphorus, dia deteriorate, terganggu. Okay, terganggu. Okay. Alright, now we go to this next one. Symptom of potassium. Hold on. Last one, symptom of potassium deficiency, kekurangan, symptom kekurangan potassium. Potassium also known as kalium. Kalium juga dipanggil sebagai potassium. Okay, stunted growth, again, sama. Lack of nitrogen, lack of phosphorus, and lack of potassium, mesti stunted growth. Dies before reaching maturity. Mati, pokok akan mati sebelum sampai dia matang. Means sebelum keluar buah dia akan mati. Weak stem, of course. Ketiga-tiga kurang. Whether nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, the symptom is weak stem. Weak stem itu batang menjadi lemah tak kuat. Okay, as I mentioned just now, the easiest way to identify lack of macronutrients in particular plant is by looking at the color of the leaf. Alright, this one. Leaf at top. Leaf at top. Lihat di sini. Alright, leaf at top. Leaf at top have brown spot, curling, and leaf tips ankylosing. Dia bagi tahu di sini, nampak? Daun di bahagian atas, brown spot, ada bintik-bintik hitam, bintik coklat, bintik gelap. Bintik coklat. Okay, this brown spot shows that there is a dead tissue in that area. Bintik-bintik coklat itu menunjukkan bahawa sel tisu di bahagian tersebut telah mati. Sebab itu dia ada brown spot. Curling of leaf tips. Bahagian hujung daun dia terlipat. Okay, and ada chlorosis, berlakunya chlorosis iaitu warna kuning tadi. Okay, take a look here. Kita lihat di sini. Alright. Ada berlaku curling at the leaf of leaf tip, berlaku lipat, hujung daun terlipat. Kita ada brown spot. Nampak ada brown spot. Brown spot. And then ada yellowish. Ada berlaku chlorosis, This is chlorosis, nampak ada warna kuning, chlorosis. Okay, leaf at bottom, manakala bagi daun di bahagian bawah pula, leaf at bottom, will that tissue at edge. Apa maksud dia situ? Maksud dia bahagian bawah pula, bahagian daun yang di bawah pula akan will. Will is layu. 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 Dia tak rigid, dia tak subur, dia tak segar, dia layu. Daun tu memang color pun kita tengok pegang pun dia lembek. And got that tissue around the edge. Ada nampak bintikan dead tissue, brown. Brown tadi, brown spot pada bahagian tengah daun. This is dead tissue at the edge. Ada terdapat bintik-bintik coklat, iaitu bintik-bintik dead spot. Bintik-bintik menunjukkan bahawa sel tersebut telah mati pada bahagian tengah daun. Alright, see here examples of potassium deficiency. Kita lihat, nampak ada brown spot, kemudian ada chlorosis kuning-kuning. So bila nampak ada brown spot, bintik-bintik, ada brown spot, itu menunjukkan bahawa dia kurang potasium. Kalau daun tu warna kuning sahaja, no brown spot, itu nitrogen. But if the plant, jika pokok tersebut leaf dia terlipat, iaitu mungkin dia curl, dia tergulung dan mungkin ada warna ungu, itu menunjukkan bahawa dia kurang phosphorus. Few of flowers produce and the production of fruit stocks. Jika pokok tersebut ada fruits, maka penghasilan buah akan terhenti dan hanya beberapa bunga sahaja yang akan terhasil. Growth of fruits is reduced. Pertumbuhan akar dia sangat sedikit. Pertumbuhan akar sangat sedikit. You can see here, this is the normal plant. Inilah pokok yang normal. And this is kalium ataupun potassium deficiency. Nampak? Dia punya akar dia sangat tidak sihat. And the last, this is the summary of macronutrients deficiency. Ini adalah perbezaan yang mana kita boleh lihat bagi setiap kekurangan macronutrient. Alright, kita boleh bezakan nantilah kekurangan dia. Kalau kita lihat seperti yang saya beritahu tadi, nak lihat mesti lihat pada color of leaf. Color of leaf for nitrogen dia ada yellowish, kita panggil sebagai chlorosis. Kalau bagi phosphorus dia bluish green or brown edge dan juga dark purple. For potassium dia ada brown edge with dead tissue ataupun kita panggil sebagai brown spot. Yang ni adalah summary yang pelajar kena faham. That's it. Nanti kita akan lihat untuk topik seterusnya nitrogen 2.3. That's it untuk hari ini. Thank you very much.